Yay. Tim hasn't had his day in he title in a while. Sing. Yeah. Sing. Did you fix it? Okay. I, I'm Tim. Yes. Accurate. Accurate. Yeah. Mike is muted as well. Whose?
It's mine. Welcome to the
Mine.
show without an intro. I'm Greg. That's Tim. Over there.
Hi. Why am I not following? Really? Why did it say I wasn't following?
That's awesome.
What the f...
I am a pro, Kemet. I know exactly why my mic was muted too, so it's okay.
It's all good. What you sipping on there? Perrier? Cristal?
Oh.
Now that you're 21?
A 1 1/4 liter Sprite.
Oh.
I went to
Purple
the package.
Drank?
I went to the package store today.
What up, Yag?
I didn't buy anything. I
You
was
didn't buy
like,
anything?
no. I was looking around and I was like, none of these look like enticing. You know what I mean?
Packages?
No. Oh, do you guys not have packies around you? Package stores? Alcohol stores?
Oh, we have alcohol stores, of course. I mean, this
You
is
just-
Wisconsin, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah. You guys don't refer to them as package stores over there?
No.
That's what they get called here.
Really?
That's what they are. It's a package store.
If you were to say package store here, see, you had me thinking that you went to a UPS store or a FedEx store. I'm like,
Really?
what? Yeah. I'm like, why would you go to a FedEx store?
No. Package store, or the slang term packy, is what we call them over here in the New England.
I learned something today.
Yes, you did. Oh, shit. But also after last night, I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't buy alcohol. The way this week at work went.
Moderation, usually anything in moderation is okay. The problem is you have to be able to do it in moderation,
And that was the problem you had?
Yes, and that with regards to anything.
Yeah, and I didn't want to find out that I could not do that after the week of work I had.
Does it run in your family?
No, not at all.
Okay.
My mom only has wine at weddings, and my dad has, quote, never drank, according to him.
Yeah. Well, we've discussed that.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week.
Extended.
Well, my grandmother and my grandfather drank, but I don't know if they got really, like, drunk. I know my grandmother did drink, like, a whole bottle of wine after my grandfather died, though.
Well, I think that's understandable.
Like, she didn't even use a glass. She just did what I'm doing with this Sprite right now.
That's understandable. I used to do that with Southern Comfort. Whew. Or Dave? They call a beverage store Dave, too?
That's a new one for me. I've never heard that one. That must be a CT thing. That's what the counter-terrorists call it.
If we're to go to we'd call it a liquor store here.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
Not a packy. Okay. Well,
Nope, not
now
a
you can call it a packy, and people will be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, they would think I'm talking about a UPS or FedEx store. And they'd be really confused. As would I, as I would have no business being in a package store.
Dave is the guy who owns the pack. Gotcha.
Oh.
So it's that one specific packy you call Dave.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Got
It just hosted Tim.
No, it didn't. I'm still live.
I'm watching.
That's
Big
okay.
Box of Gamers.
That's why we stream to YouTube too, so you can watch the recording back.
Right.
Because Twitch. What are you doing,
pros.
Twitch? Twitch, go home. You're drunk.
Twitch is starting to, I don't know.
Turn into YouTube?
Not quite that bad yet. But it's not, It's got some issues. It needs to work out. It needs some therapy.
Well, help Twitch out.
That's not my forte.
Make Twitch go to rehab.
Twitch has to admit that it has a problem first.
Well, if you talk with Twitch, maybe Twitch will admit that it has a problem.
I suppose it's possible. Although Twitch is kind of being jumpy right now.
Define jumpy.
Like skipped a frame or 3.
I'm
You
not.
think TeamSpeak is back?
I'm not dropping any frames.
Okay.
TeamSpeak.
That's on my end then.
TeamSpeak. What?
I don't know.
Oh. I'm confused. Okay. Anyhow, so how was your week, Tim? Since I haven't talked to you in like a week.
My week was actually pretty shitty. For reasons that I really can't get too far into.
NDAs and whatnot.
Right.
Work-related shitty? Is that where we're?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Xander has been sick.
Ooh.
He didn't go to school Thursday or Friday. There was a reversal of fortune on Friday, and that was not pretty.
Uh-oh.
He did play. He had 3 hockey games this weekend, and he did manage to play all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's good.
I think he'll be going to school tomorrow.
Well, if he managed to play 3 hockey games, I sure as hell hope so.
Yeah. 2 of them today.
Because if he wakes up tomorrow and goes, fuck you, go to school.
Well, if he has a fever, obviously not. But
I'm sure staying on the ice all day today helped that fever.
you would think. Yeah, he was a player for the first game and then goalie for the second.
No, so for the second game, he legitimately was just sitting there. If his team was doing their job, he was just sitting there.
He had 22 saves.
Okay, yeah, no, Twitch is having an issue where the bitrate is dropping to 0. It had 2 spikes, I see, where it just dropped down to 0. But I have 0 dropped frames in OBS.
Okay, so it's Twitch.
Twitch's end. Or it could be Restream.
I suppose that's possible.
But I doubt it, because they have,
Well,
like, actual servers to push this stuff to Twitch. Because I use Restream to go to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, since I don't have gigabit like you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you about that before. Oh,
Yep.
Now I just
Now
dropped
it's
some
PowerPoint.
frames on my end. My bitrate just went down, and I dropped a couple hundred frames.
Okay.
So that's Charter's fault.
Charter.
If it's buffering, though, Kemet, that's not us. That's Twitch. Or you. Oh, God, we just dropped down to 300 kilobit. Holy fuck. That was a spike on my end there. Oh, God, we're down again.
Oh, lordy.
We're back.
Lordy. So yeah, my week was kind of it's crappy.
What does Charter do? Oh, we're down again. We just went down to 1337, and there's nothing elite about that.
Not when it comes to streaming.
Oh, boy. Yeah, this is not a good time. Shit. Twitch. Charter. I'm trying to hope we can, like, stabilize here. But it's weird, because, like, your video's coming through clear, which is normally not the case.
Right. Odd.
I wonder if it's Restream, then.
Maybe. How's it coming through on the YouTube?
I don't know. I haven't been watching. I have the streams paused because that hurts my internet.
Oh, that makes sense.
I do everything in my power to keep the stream green.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Were you able to look into the... This
No.
is kind of way off topic.
500 kilobit, 3,000 kilobit per second. Holy fuck! It's going between 3,000 and like 500 right now.
I had that problem the other night. It would go from 9,000 to 50.
Well, maybe it's a Twitch thing.
Could be an OBS thing.
I suppose. What version are you running? 20.1.1?
I was running, yeah, the newest one, whatever that is.
Okay. Son of Beach. Yeah, we're just all over the place. We're hitting like serious downtime on the stream here. Now, shit. I'm gonna stop and restart and see what happens.
Okay. Able to get on the big box server at all?
I haven't tried. I'll look into that after the show tonight.
Okay. That's no big rush. I just
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look. Okay, we're live again. Oh.
Hopefully.
Oh, that's cool.
Well,
Unlike Twitch, YouTube actually resumed the stream and added it all together, so we're not going to have two videos.
really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
You just froze in Discord on like an O face for a second there because we dropped another 40 frames.
I saw that. That was great. That was
The timing.
that was fantastic.
I have a feeling this show is not going to go very long tonight.
Well, the thought was there.
And I had a story time too.
Can we not do the story time, or?
Well, if it keeps dropping, it's gonna half the story's gonna cut out.
I suppose.
I guess I'll try like hell though.
Yeah.
So I'll tell the first story then, and maybe we'll save the second story for next week.
Okay.
So the first story, this is Thursday night. We have this clown from Front Half Nights who's doing overtime every week, and when he comes in, he's pretty useless. Let's call him Mark.
Okay.
Start story time before ISPs strike back, right? We'll call him Mark.
I don't like Mark.
So Mark comes in, and Mark has a Jamaican accent.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a Jamaican accent. Like thick and guttural.
You're making me crazy.
I can't do a Jamaican accent, so I'm
Me
gonna
neither.
end up butchering it when I do his part of the story. But the accent in which he says these things, I think really adds to it. So this is not being racist. Maybe a little bit, but it's not intentionally racist. It's me doing my best impression of what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're over working on a repair that needs to get done during the break time window. Oh my god, we just went down to 0 kilobit per second. What is going on here? Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Maybe we gotta go back to Ustream in this fucker. Anyways. So, we're trying to call Mark on the radio, and we call 4 times. And nothing. So finally, the other guy up there with us goes, "Hey, get the hell over to the sorter now." So he comes over, and apparently this guy's a moron. And he thought that I was the one who made that call, and the Blackhawks scored.
Yay.
Party. Anyways, so he's an idiot, and he thinks I said it, because apparently he can't recognize the voice of the other guy from his shift that he hears on the radio all the time. Anyhow, then he comes up to the sorter, and he gets like right in my face and goes, "Hey man, you better watch how you talk to me. You ain't my boss. I don't work for you, man." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You better watch how you talk to me over the radio." What? Again, what the fuck are you talking about? So he goes into it, and he's like, "I didn't, how you said blah, blah, blah. You got to get over here to the sorter now. I don't work for you." And I go, "Oh, back the fuck up for a second here, pal." I go, "One, doesn't matter whether or not you fucking work for me. If we're all trying to work on a fucking repair during the down window so it's back up, if it's all hands on deck, buddy, you're here fucking, aren't you?
Yes.
2, it doesn't matter if you like or don't like how I talk to you, because that's just the way I am, so get over it. They pay me more for a reason."
And it wasn't even you that said it, right?
And then I go, and 3, before you start bitching someone out, you better make sure you pick the right fucking person, because that wasn't me talking to you. So I suggest you sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and get out of my face.
Step the fuck off. What'd he say?
And I said, yeah, that's right, motherfucker. Don't fuck with me. I'm from Boston. Because, like, he deliberately, he was trying to get right in my face and act big and be intimidating.
Odd.
And I told him later on in the night, and I don't think this made the situation any better, but I'm not really good at alleviating tense situations. I usually just get my point across, and that pisses off the other party. But I looked right at him, because he was kind of trying to avoid me, and I looked right at him and I said, if we were anywhere but work, I would have knocked you on your ass.
Nice sounding guy. And that's just Greg.
Yeah.
This was Thursday night?
This was Thursday night. He usually comes in Friday night and does fuck all on overtime too, but he didn't come in Friday night.
He's scared of you.
Apparently. Like I said, anywhere but a place of work, I would have knocked him on his ass, and I seriously debated it because losing that job wouldn't be too bad. Just the police charges might be a problem.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't want to deal with. But yeah, guy's a real fucking asshole.
Penis.
So now I kind of want to pick up an extra shift this week on the beginning part of the week. On his shift, do overtime, and just go in and do fuck all. And just get in his face about some stupid issue that's not even him. How's it feel, motherfucker? How's it feel? Yeah. So that's about where that story ends. It just pissed me off. And my boss asked me about what happened later in the shift.
Yeah.
Because I guess kind of like there's my boss, and then there's the lead mechanic who's basically like kind of like a supervisor almost, except unlike a regular supervisor, he actually does work.
Oh, okay.
So like he's kind of a supervisor, but he's actually still like a tech as well, so he needs to like do shit.
Gotcha.
So I guess he bitched this guy out too, because it's like if you're gonna go freaking scream at someone about something stupid, one, that's not the right way to deal with a situation.
Right.
And two, fucking make sure you pick the right person. So my boss asked me about it later in the shift, what happened. And all I told my boss was, he made a decision I was making very easy.
Ah.
What are you talking about? You'll find out.
Cryptic.
But even so, I'm pretty sure my boss has no clue that I'm planning on quitting.
This is happening Wednesday?
Wednesday. I actually signed paperwork for the new job tomorrow.
Ooh. When do you start that?
I believe there's the potential of me starting part-time next week on the days I'm not working, but being Thanksgiving week, I have no idea.
Right.
I'm going to see if on my last paycheck from this place, though, I can break, I don't want to say an actual number, never mind.
Okay.
I'll tell you afterwards, but like I have a number I'm going to try to break because it's higher than any paycheck I've gotten there so far. But I think with the extra pay for working on Thanksgiving Day, plus the overtime, I ended up being shorter for this past week because of the fact that I work back half nights. I have to estimate my hours for Friday night and Saturday night when I submit my pay.
Okay.
And I estimated 11 hours on a 10-hour shift, and I ended up actually doing 12 and 13 respectively.
Oh.
Plus overtime on Thursday night, I believe, as well. So between the extra overtime and the holiday pay and the fact that I have PTO hours that still needs to be paid out to me, so I'm just going to put them on the paycheck somewhere, I'm going to try to break a certain number that I think I can break for take home from the check. Like after taxes, what I bring home.
Oh, boy.
I think I can do it. If I pick up the 2 Tuesday shifts, I can definitely do it.
You think they're gonna
unlimited OT? One of the Tuesday shifts will be before I give my notice, so.
Okay.
I'll definitely
Alright.
get one of them in, but I actually haven't decided if I care that much. Because
Because
part of me is they could go what? They could
they
also
could go one of two ways with this. They could either say, well, don't bother coming back, or they won't have a choice, and you could finish off and work the Thanksgiving, whatever.
well, realistically, um, if they do screw me out of Thanksgiving, I'll be really pissed. Because that's the only reason I didn't walk out this week is because of how close I got to that Thanksgiving holiday pay. I didn't want to just give that up.
Right.
But if they do, after I address my concerns and tell them I have my 2 weeks notice, if they decide to say, well, get the fuck out, don't come back, I'm going to just simply call HR and say, look, just wanted to let you guys know that this is what's happening in this building. I addressed these concerns. On top of addressing those concerns, I let them know that I would be leaving. I was then told not to come back, and I'm going to be reporting you guys to the Better Business Bureau. Just wanted to let you know first.
Boom.
So I mean, they can play it however they want to play it. I'm still gonna win.
We like to play that game. The game that Greg C96. He is the one that wins.
I am the one that wins.
Yes.
Did you at least get your referral money? That'll be the 17th of the month, which is also kind of why I'm holding off on submitting notice until the 15th. But my buddy gets the referral money and he's paying. But here's the thing. They say it's after 90 days of work. Okay, let's do a quick calendar count here. You have to be there for at least 90 days for the referral to go through. So,
Okay.
my official date of hire was July 29th. So that should be the date it goes from. But even if they want to go from the day I started, that would have been August 6th. So let's go from the day I started.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks to the 9th of September. 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks goes to the 7th of October. 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks goes to my birthday, November 4th. 14 weeks goes to today. Now, 14 times 7 is 70. 28 is 98 days. So even if they want to take the first day I worked, I'm at 98 days.
Okay.
And if they want to take my date of hire, I'm at 105 days.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of ways that they could try and fuck you out of this money. So.
Well, it's not actually screwing me out of the money. It's my buddy who's getting the referral, and he said he's going to split some of it with me if I'm actually planning on leaving.
Okay.
So realistically, it's not money I was ever planning on getting.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it might actually be a little bit funny if they go, "Nah, we're not paying you."
Gotcha. I misunderstood then.
Yeah, no. It wasn't like a sign-on bonus. He got a refer-a-friend fee, basically.
Okay.
Looks like everything is kind of done. But is it days you were working or all days? Well, if it was just the days I was working, I only work 4 days a week, which is way after the 17th of this month if I've only been there 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even be close to 90 if it was the days I work. Because I saw, he sent me a screenshot of the email he got. Let me look at that real quick. Because I sent him a screen grab of my official hire date, so I could basically say, yeah, no, I've been hired for more than 90 days. Where is it? I don't know. Hold on, while I'm finding this, you got anything to add before I go to my second story?
Apparently not. We're getting a new we're getting electronic filing or something at work. So we're gonna have three mandatory training shifts. I was gonna say days, but that's not true because it's only like 2 hours each time.
Okay.
So, but it just so happens that I have to reschedule a dentist appointment, just a regular cleaning. This would be the third time I rescheduled it because it was a mandatory training. So
That's awesome.
headphones, no.
No. Your earbuds. How'd they work for you in the game?
I almost hit a 45. I went 39 and something.
But do you think it
I
was the sound?
I tell you what, the sound is crisp and clear.
Is it
And
distinctively 3 times as crisp as the $300 earbuds?
that's a good question. I don't know. I'm gonna have to listen to actual music with them.
Different types of music too. Don't forget that.
Yes.
Gotta
all
get
the
some
types
real,
of music.
gotta get some real bass heavy shit in there too to see how they hold up. 'Cause I'm actually legitimately curious about that. If they're decent bass for earbuds. Not that I'm in the market to buy a pair of $1,000 earbuds because I don't care that
Right.
much about sound.
Right. They do block out external sound very well. Like when the Blackhawks scored, I didn't hear that when you said it.
Oh, okay. Because like I have a $100 pair of earbuds from Audio Technica that do that.
Yeah. So
Are those wireless or wired? Wired,
no, they're
right?
wired.
Okay, that's what I
Yep.
thought. I just couldn't tell.
Comes with a fancy case and everything.
Oh yeah, those are freaking $1,000 IEMs. Of course they do.
Yeah. They're comfortable.
That's good.
As of right now, I'd say I haven't listened to music with them though. So
But
I'm
so
not gonna
far
make
you
any-
like them.
Yeah, so far I like it.
Because you can comment that you like them without.
If you put the bassy ear cone thing, they're heavy in the bass and
Kemet-
the bass and the bass.
Sing.
Sing.
Kemet, are you speaking from experience? You know how these $1,000 monitors sound because you own them? I didn't know you were that rich.
Well, all the Shure headphones or earbuds are this kind of like the same. They all have these detachable things that you can.
Right, but the drivers are
That's
all
right.
different.
This
Some
is-
drivers are inherently better at producing bass than others.
These have 4 drivers.
So it sounds like you're probably going to be getting a lot more in your mids and highs with the 4 drivers. Unless they're using 1 driver per ear specifically for bass. 1,200 kilobit per second. We are going down, boys. We're back up.
Woo!
We're back up.
Iceberg, right ahead.
Not bad. We've been going twice as long as the last set of stream, and we've dropped about the same amount of frames. So we are getting better. Story time 2, I guess.
Alrighty, hit me with your best shot.
So this is from last night. Fire away, Tim. You want me to fire away?
Fire away.
Okay. So I walk in last night. I go in an hour late.
Just fuck 'em.
I texted my boss that I was going in an hour late. I let him know that because of the fact that I ended up leaving 3 hours late that morning.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, I'm coming in late. I get there, and they have 2, like, freaking DEFCON 5s going on.
Wow.
Grabbing poppin' corn? What's poppin' corn?
Popcorn.
Poppin' corn. He added a P. He added a pen to the popcorn. Like, I'm trying to get where he was even going with that. Like, popping, popper.
Popcorn.
I don't know. Maybe that's a
I got you,
counter-terrorist thing too.
Anyway.
Moving right along. So I go in, and there's these 2 bullshit things going on. And one of them lasted through a majority of the night because they refused to downgrade it even after we showed them the problem was not a system problem, but a them problem.
Okay.
But I'll get back to that in a moment. Kitty, like the brand of like smoke alarms. Oh, the other kitties. Gotcha. So I get in, we fix the one, now we're dealing with the other one. And I'm working my ass off dealing with the other one. And operations keeps yelling at facilities that the system's broken. And we keep going, we're watching the cameras. Your truck lanes are filling up. That's why the sorter is 95% recirc, because you can't keep your lanes clear.
God damn it.
Fuckers. And that argument's going on all night. And that was just a shit show all night long. And I was trying to do a couple of proactive things to, like, because my thing is, since I am leaving, I want to, like, actually leave and have fixed some shit before I go.
Well, that's nice of you.
Like, I don't want to, like, screw them. I actually want to go, okay, look, these are the things that I noticed were wrong, and this is exactly how I fixed them and how I knew how to fix them, so that if you have problems again, you guys aren't screwed.
That's very nice of you.
I'm trying not to be an asshole entirely. But I am totally giving my boss a ration of fucking shit about why I'm leaving.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm tired of being like the only friggin' being on the only friggin' shift that actually feels the need to do overtime in order to cover for gaps in scheduling that they left. Like the building runs 24/7, and nobody's scheduled to be in there between frickin' 4:30 in the morning and 7 in the morning on our shift. So I end up doing 13-hour days usually on Fridays and Saturdays.
Right.
Not cool.
No.
So anyhow, yeah, that's frustrating as all hell. But yeah, so we get that fixed, and we're kind of monitoring it through the rest of the night. And I'm trying to, like, fix other stuff. And at one point, my boss is, talking about how he appreciates how he has a team that's on his side and isn't trying to fight with everyone and blah, 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 blah. And later on, he's giving me a hard time about how because he was trying to get the days controls tech to stay a little late since I was coming in late.
Okay.
And then he was giving me a hard time about how, like, every other Saturday I come in an hour late. And I said, well, that's only because every other Saturday I'm here 6 hours past the end of my goddamn shift. I'm scheduled to leave at 4:30, and I'm leaving at 7:30, 8 o'clock on most Saturdays. And I'm coming in at, like, the same time on Friday night. So maybe if other shifts would, like, I don't know, stay and help, I wouldn't be leaving, so coming in late on a Saturday night.
Right.
So he decided, though, for some reason that that's what he wanted to have an argument about. Can't figure out quite why, but hey, whatever. It's his prerogative, I suppose. So then he's leaving, and he left before I did this morning. He was out of there before I was, which also friggin' frosted my ass.
Right.
So he's walking away. He's walking towards the front, and he sees me, and he says, "Have a good weekend. See you Wednesday." And I said, "Maybe." This week, it was just a shit show.
Sounds like it.
And, like, the rest of my shift this morning, they decided because they were so frustrated with everything and always pulling extra time and all that stuff that instead of staying late like normal at 5:30, which is what they booked to today for time, they were gone. So from, like, 5:30 to 7, I was the only person in there, which I think is a huge no-no.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, based on every other job I've worked, that is a huge you don't do that type of thing.
I wouldn't think so.
So now, like, I'm at the point where my team doesn't even seem to believe in this whole... Because it's been frustrating all along that we are the only shift that seems to, like, actually fix stuff. Because I walk out of the building with everything working and working pretty well. And I get back in and everything's broken consistently.
That would be very frustrating.
So that's very frustrating. And then the fact that I do a 14-hour day twice a week. And everyone else leaves right at their 10 because, quote, from another facilities manager at the same facility, well, I can't force them to stay late. So everyone else gets to do their 10-hour shift, and I do a 14. But the only thing that let me continue to do that was because the rest of my shift felt the same way about you don't leave in the middle of a mess, you don't leave till the job is done. And then they go and fucking walk out at 5:30 yesterday morning.
That's some bullshit.
So at that point, I was just like, I made the right decision here. I made the very right decision.
Sounds like it. That'd be very frustrating.
I recommend never working for this company, Big Box Incorporated. Don't do it. I mean, that's also probably very accurate as well.
As vice president, I can certainly agree with that. Yes.
Oh, frick. But yeah, I have like plenty of other stories too. In just the 3-month span of being there, I have plenty of stories here.
And that's kind of a red flag.
Right? And like that's a huge red flag. But I'm holding a lot of the stories in right now because I'm actually in the works of trying to make a little sketch comedy series about it.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure that out because I think a lot of these would be more interesting as actual like visual comedy as opposed to me just talking about the bullshit.
It could add a certain dimension of hilarity to it, yeah.
So I think it's cool. So I've written down a bunch of like just notes and shit from things I want to remember. And like there's extra bullshit where like stuff just isn't working the way it's supposed to. Like operational stupidity and shit. Like one of their things is they run like every piece of equipment in there all the time, even when they're not using it, and putting extra wear and stuff. And because of this, on one of their sorters, there's 24 lanes coming off of it for items. Right? There's 24 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
They're only using like 16 of them right now. But
Okay.
they have the other 8 running and enabled. So what that does is with the sorter running in auto speed mode, the two biggest factors for that auto speed mode are the amount of lanes that are enabled and the amount of product you're pushing. So when you have all the lanes enabled, even if you're not allowing to divert to a couple of those lanes, it takes the sorter and it basically pegs it at maximum speed.
Oh.
And because of the fact that it runs at maximum speed without having the bandwidth to actually divert product off, you end up with a lot of jams at the discharge end for product.
Right.
Because it's running faster than it's rated for with that specific divert configuration. So I go to ops and I'm like, hey, we're going to try an experiment here. What's that? See those 6 lanes over there that you're not using? Yeah. I'm shutting them off. Well, why? Well, you're not using them. But we want them running. Why?
If
well,
you're
that's
not using them.
Well, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you don't want to work for me, Kemet. Well, work with, that's not too much better. I'm directing it, Kemet. You understand this, right? Like, they're my stories. I'm a director. No, but it's definitely a thing I think would go cool. I really wish, like, some of this stuff I could have been, like, actually vlogging during the middle of it and be like, this is the bullshit that's going on. But there's other problems with that.
Right.
Which is why I was not.
Right.
I do have some sense in my head, Tim.
Well, I just, making sure that you'll get a lawsuit thrown your way. We don't have, we are a limited liability corporation.
True, which means it doesn't affect you at all.
This is true.
So you get to just sit back and watch and enjoy.
Yeah, sit back and watch the fireworks.
You can grab some of that poppin' corn that Kemet was talking about.
Yes. Big signs that say no camera. Right.
Yeah. I break that rule pretty regularly, though, with having to take photos of things for reports. It says no photography or videography, and I very regularly, with my company-provided cell phone, take photos and videos of problems to put on reports and work orders. So they're pretty lax about it, I guess.
You should take pictures and videos of the signs that say no pictures or videos.
Is that like a meta thing that people do now? Is that like...
I would find it funny.
Blackhawks scored again.
I would appreciate it.
I'm just informing you that the Blackhawks scored since I know you said you can't hear it.
Thank you.
Who are they playing tonight?
They are playing the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, I hope they win. I hate the Devils. Normally, I would say I hope the other team wins, but I can't bring myself to saying I hope the Devils win.
Wow. 61 people are dead, and hundreds are injured after a 7.3 magnitude earthquake struck near the Iraq-Iran border.
Oh, I thought it was going to be some other terrorist thing with everything that's going on lately. I'm almost relieved to hear that it's an earthquake. I mean, it still sucks that a lot of people died, but like at least it was an earthquake and not terrorism.
Right. Currently, the Blackhawks are up 2-1. Still in the first. Read the reviews of the facility on Google Maps. Of what facility?
I know what facility he's talking about. He's talking
Big
about
box facility.
He's talking about Big Box Incorporated, the specific big box facility that I work at, because we have multiple facilities.
We do, yes.
Oh boy. Yeah. So I shut off all those lanes, and immediately the sorter starts running about 80 feet per minute slower. And guess what? No more jamming.
Shocker!
Greg was right. Holy shit.
It's the shocker.
Oh man. But like, holy shit, Greg was right. Then some idiot from Ops goes and turns them all back on. Starts running full bore again. Then we have a major pileup that actually takes 15 minutes to clear all the sensors and realign the sensors that got knocked out before we can get the sorter running again. It's like, thanks, guy.
Don't you want to just bitch slap some people?
Oh, I've come close.
Just raise up the pimp hand and...
I've come close. Boom.
I bet you have. I bet you really have.
I mean, Tim, you know me better than a lot of people. I'm pretty sure, like, you've been forecasting me quitting for months now.
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure, like, ever since the beginning, just me describing my training, you were like, he's gone soon.
You know what? I would have lost the over-under. I took the under, and you may actually made it the over. So.
Oh, really? What
Yes.
What was your guess?
I had it at 2 months.
And I just have surpassed 3.
Yeah.
I tried so hard
I
to
know.
try to make this work out, just because the pay is good.
But it takes more than one to make something work.
You know, when you have a 1.1 million square foot facility and a 40-person facilities team, and only one of them gives a shit,
that's an issue.
you can't really actually make the building run. That being said, I have been the person who has solved every DEF CON event we've had on our shift.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
And quite a few of the ones we've had on our shift were actually handed to us by days who couldn't figure them out.
Once again, that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah. So, like, it's time. It's time. It's time. It's something. Time. I forget what the fuck I'm even referencing there.
I don't know. You'll have to let me know how it goes on Wednesday.
Oh, I will. Said, I'm basically going to walk in and go, hey, I have some concerns I need to address. Rattle off all of the reasons for me leaving. And then go, and you know what, guys? I'm done. I'm really done. And then hand them my written formal resignation.
Deuces.
I'm getting out of here right before peak because it's going to be even worse in peak.
Oh, God, yes.
We can't even keep the building running right now. We're only hitting like 60% of goal, and we're struggling to hit that. And we're not even in peak yet. My last day, I might just not show up on my last day because my last day is Saturday. So right now, my second to last day is Black Friday.
Oh.
I'm getting out of there right before Cyber Monday. My buddy's going to be on Cyber Monday. The one that told me about the job. He's going to be on Cyber Monday. That's going to suck for him.
Yes.
I'm getting out before that. Black Friday is my second to last day. And depending on how Black Friday goes, it legitimately might be my last day.
I would not want to be working that.
Oh, it's going to be a nightmare. Everything's going to be breaking. And everyone's going to have like a 2-second fuse for dropping friggin' DEF CON on it.
Oh, yeah. Cough, cough time? Yeah. I'm going to sleep.
You know those PTO hours you still got to pay me out for?
Guess what?
Yeah, I conveniently left my everything in my locker yesterday. So here's the combination. You can even keep the lock. It's all in there.
Mail me my check.
It's direct deposit, so you can't withhold
Oh,
it. You can't
there you
withhold
go.
it anyways because you have all my equipment.
There you go. Yeah, if I
Yeah.
were you, I would not work Black Friday.
I want to make it through that week because Thanksgiving is the holiday pay plus my time and a half for working the holiday, and so is Black Friday.
Oh man.
I'm getting paid like 2.5 times pay for 2 days in a week, Tim. And you know, because I've told you how much my 2.5 times pay
Yeah.
is. So it's like at that point, the end is so close where it's just like, I just let everything roll off my back. Someone wants to scream at me because something's not working. I just stand there and listen to them.
I suppose you get a point there.
I just stand there and listen, and I do my favorite. I'm going to let you finish. But first, because we've discussed this, I'm not good at diffusing situations. I make them a lot worse, but I get my point across.
I'm gonna let you finish first. I like it. I like the reference.
What's that a reference to?
That's from Kanye West.
Oh,
grabbing
is
the
it?
microphone from Taylor Swift saying about, I'm gonna let you finish accepting this award, but he thought that Beyonce should have won it for like 2 years in a row or something like that.
I didn't realize that I was referencing that. It just came out of my mouth one day. This guy was really angry and pissed off and screaming at me about something that was his fault. And I had had enough. This wasn't even at this job. This is a thing that's been my thing for like years now. This was when I was working like shit minimum wage job. Blackhawks scored again. He's yelling at me about something that's his fault. A computer that I signed in, he gave back to the customer without him having them sign their pickup receipt.
Uh-oh.
So then they come back and they go, well, where's my computer? Because they were slime balls, because they realized they're like, hey, we never signed it. Let's go. So he starts yelling and screaming at me and making threats of potentially, like, me losing my job and there's got to be an investigation. And he's yelling and screaming. And I go, I'm going to let you finish. And this is like me, minimum wage, easily replaceable employee that's still doing better work than everyone else because that's my thing. I do that. Talking to the general manager of the store. And I go, I'm going to let you finish. With like this shit-eating grin on my face. I'm gonna let you damn cat on the keyboard. That's great. I'm gonna let you finish. However, here's why you're an asshole and you're wrong.
I would have loved to have seen that. Yeah,
Like I guess I've just never cared,
Search YouTube for it after the show. Kanye West, I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh, okay, I will.
Taylor Swift thing. It's
okay. Blackhawks scored again. Holy shit. They're having a good game. Let's find out what the actual score is.
3-1.
I've heard that way more than 3 times.
So that would be 4-1 then?
I guess. I feel like it's actually 7-1, but with all the times I've heard that.
Dude, the second game that Xander's team played today,
yeah.
It was probably the toughest, or not probably, it was the toughest game so far this season as far as talent equivalent.
Okay.
And it was pretty damn intense. There was at the end we had a penalty and we were up 2-1, and so they pulled their goalie, so they had a 2-man advantage.
Yeah,
it was 6 against 4, and
was Xander player or goalie for this?
For this game, he was goalie.
Oh boy!
So he had some really good saves. The one goal that got through hit the post and bounced in. It ricocheted off and went into the goal.
Oh, so it was like just out of his range, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a killer. I know how that feels.
And his defense, I mean, his defense has been playing really well, for the most part, but they
Except
had
today.
for that one shot. They had the puck in front of Xander for probably 20 seconds or so, which is a lifetime in hockey.
Oh, I know. That's ridiculous.
But I mean, it's great they have an offense this year. The fewest amount of shots on goal they've had so far in 5 games is 33.
Damn.
There were times
That's what
year,
Xander used to get shot on a bad game for
Yeah.
the other team.
There were games where we had 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, and I
Fingers
remember
crossed.
games where you're telling me Xander had 40-plus saves in a game.
Yep.
So, damn, he's just, like, sitting there chilling this year.
Yeah,
Hey,
and he's
if anything, Tim, last year just trained him to be a really good goalie. So now that he actually has a team behind him.
so he's been goalie 3 games out of the 5. He's had 18 saves, 27 saves, and 22 saves.
It's a lot lower than last year because they're not getting there as much.
Right? And like I said, we've had the first game today, we had 56 shots on goal.
Whew, boy.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's ridiculous.
And the 2 games that he's been a player for, he's gotten a goal.
Good for him.
Yeah, he redirected to a one in the air today. It was pretty sweet.
Damn. That's awesome, yeah.
It was a proud moment, proud dad moment.
I would imagine so.
They got a really strong team. There's only one new kid who's kind of frustrating to watch, and one other kid that's wall hacks. Yeah, one other kid that's
No, not wall hacks. The wall has
wall
something.
has.
The wall has something. Maybe the wall has vocal cords so it can sing.
Could be reporting griefing.
Band.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Oh,
just had
shit.
to share that quick story about the hockey.
No, that's cool. That's real cool. Yeah. So Kemet, I will get in touch to see if we can get your production crew and find some actors and a place to film. Because unfortunately I have to actually make some equipment in order to make the set semi realistic and functional to make the story work. So that's actually the limiting factor, is not production or cast. Great for him. Oh, I'm assuming he's referring to Xander. And he's just late.
Yeah,
Because his internet makes his stream buffer every 5 seconds.
the delay. What's the picture underneath of you giving the thumbs up behind you?
Oh! Hold up. This is one that I know for a fact you like. It's going to take a second for Tim to see it. I don't have a webcam turned on today.
Right.
So you guys will have to stare at this photo for
Oh,
a bit.
yes.
It's that one.
Yes, I like that picture.
It is that one.
Great picture.
It is. Fantastic picture.
Good times.
Uh-huh. That's when he said my name.
That's right.
I was in that speech. I can win world championships and whatnot.
If Greg Carlson can take the
If Greg Carlson can just be a baller, why can't you all?
is
It's
that
bas-
Obama the Obama?
It is,
That is
sir.
the one and only Barack Obama.
It is. It is. And now I'm sure someone that's lurking in the chat is going to come out and get all triggered.
You know, tell me one thing that he did that was bad for the country.
I mean, Obamacare wasn't great.
It was true.
For
Okay.
some people it was okay, but for some people it was really bad.
For my parents, it was pretty shit. But compared to what it is now, it wasn't.
I mean, I will give you that.
Now it's outrageous. They can't even afford it now.
I will give you that because I don't have anything I can dispute it with because it's just true. I'm not going to give you fake news on that one.
Right.
But like
So yeah, out of everything, I would say that was probably the biggest.
that was the biggest fuck up.
Yeah,
I think
I was gonna say
realistically,
failure,
like
but-
that was the big one on his
Yep.
presidency. He did a pretty good job with the shit hand that Bush gave him.
Well, and to be fair, he got Bush had shit from Clinton, and Clinton had shit from Bush, and Bush had shit from Reagan. So it's like a pass down.
No,
thing.
I know. It's like how Days passes all their shit to Nights.
Yes, excellent comparison.
Yeah. I mean, like, he got unemployment rates way back down during his presidency. He made a focus on education, which I think is kind of important.
What happened to no politics and shit? Yeah,
We broke that rule a couple weeks ago, too.
I saw, was it yesterday? And I swear to God, I thought that it was something. It was like an Onion report. That was a joke when he was saying about how he can't believe that Kim Jong Un would make fun of him by saying that he's old.
I saw that
And
too. I thought
I-
for sure that, dude,
It's
half of the
fake, right?
news stories nowadays are what we would see on The Onion 10 years ago.
Right.
It's terrifying. It's like, this is the world we live in.
No other country could possibly take us seriously.
Well, and on top of that, we also dedicate news time every year to celebrate the birthday of an imaginary rodent.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Yes.
it's Mickey Mouse's birthday. No one cares.
No.
Like, I don't know. No one at this point takes us seriously anymore. Pretty sure America's just a laughingstock nation. Everyone's like, you think we have it bad? Look at America.
Yeah.
It's
it's-
like, that being said, as much as I'm shitting on America right now, there is no other country at no other point in time I would rather be in.
I really like Canada.
Canada's got their own problems, man.
Yeah, every country does, but I mean,
Because I was discussing this with someone who actually currently lives in Canada. They got that crackhead prime minister of theirs.
yeah. America, fuck yeah.
America.
Fuck yeah.
That was a good
then-
movie.
And then Putin says that he did not interfere with whatever. And I'm like, hey, he says he didn't. That's fine with me. Sure. Why not? Why?
Doesn't matter if he did. What are we gonna do? What the hell are we gonna do about it? Even if he did interfere.
I didn't want the other candidate either, so
Yeah,
she was just scary.
they both were.
Yeah. It was a no-win situation.
I'm still not even sure what the lesser of the two evils was. I can't convince myself one way or the other.
We'll never know.
Yeah. But you know, Tim, those emails, that was a big problem. The emails.
Yes. Yes,
That's-
Benghazi.
That's the
forget.
worst thing you can do is emails.
Benghazi.
You know, not molesting women and being totally open about that.
Fucking Benghazi, dude.
Fucking emails.
Benghazi.
I was, if anything, I was more surprised about the fact that Hillary Clinton was actually technically competent enough to maintain and host her own email server. If I'm being totally honest.
Yeah,
I saw that and I was like, good for you, Hillary.
that's fair.
Oh, man.
I
Now-
wanted Bill back. Why can't we have
Bill.
back? I mean, or even W was better.
W.
At least he wasn't mean-spirited. You ever seen Hillary Clinton in HD? That's scary. She's not orange like Trump is, but it's still scary.
Every time I see Trump come on TV for like a speech or something, I always check my color settings.
Doesn't he have? Why doesn't he have somebody touch up his makeup or something? Because you can see, you got the stuff around the eyes that is. I don't know if he's doing cancer in a tube or what. But,
I mean, I had a assistant principal in middle school that was a big spray tan and tanning booth person. They were orange.
and it's not consistent from day to day. It's like, what are you covering up? Stop. Please.
Stop. Just stop. Just no.
Beg you. Beg
I didn't even realize that Kemet slipped in a just no joke.
you. Just no.
Just no. Okay, well, shit, we've hit 50 minutes on the second stream. We've been going pretty
Woo!
solid for a while in terms of frame rate, so for some reason at the beginning it was just ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
See, it was Twitch trying to keep us down.
But we
Or
fought through
Restream.
it.
We did. It was Putin.
We and on that
Hillary's emails.
and on that note, Tim needs to go get back on his rocker because he's clearly off of it right now.
Off of it, yes.
Then time for smart car racing. Then time for bed, man. I haven't slept since yesterday.
I will think about it. I have to eat first, Kevin.
I don't know. Maybe if I'm up in half an hour. Anything's
I got
possible, I
food here.
suppose. All right.
So, I will check you in about half hour or so, Kevin.
Yeah, same. If I'm still awake, that is. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Anyhow, take care, enjoy your evening, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.